Picture this. You wake up, check your phone, and instantly, your mind is hijacked by notifications, gossip, and half-baked crises. By the time you stand up, your focus is already fractured. Now imagine the opposite, waking into stillness, starting the day with the unshakable mindset of a Roman emperor who ruled an empire during plague, war, and turmoil, yet kept his mind disciplined, centered, unbroken. That emperor was Marcus Aurelius. In the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn how 10 Stoic morning habits, drawn from his own words and adapted for modern life, can transform your focus, self-control, and sense of purpose. Stay with me, because the 9th habit alone can erase an entire category of daily frustration you didn't even know was draining you. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Here's the path we'll take together. First, we'll uncover the origin of Marcus Aurelius' morning discipline, the philosophy that made him unmovable in the face of chaos. Then we'll explore the science that explains why his approach works on your brain and your emotions. From there, you'll get a step-by-step breakdown of 10 habits you can run every morning, with modern tweaks. You'll see a real-world example of someone applying these Stoic rhythms to thrive today. We'll stack tools, systems, and a 30-day challenge to make sure you don't just watch, you act. Here's the blueprint behind this video in a nutshell. Discipline is a muscle. Marcus trained it every morning. Stoicism focuses on controlling the controllable. Morning routines set that tone. Mind priming shapes the day. Start by directing attention intentionally. Small, consistent acts beat dramatic bursts. Ritual over novelty. Your environment cues your behavior. Design mornings to align with values. Modern neuroscience confirms ancient insight. Focus is finite. Use it early. Preparation beats willpower. Habits make action automatic. Marcus Aurelius wasn't trying to become a productivity guru. He was a Roman emperor in the late 2nd century AD, leading during one of the most dangerous and unstable periods of imperial history. He faced invasions on the northern frontier, a devastating plague, and political intrigue in Rome itself. And yet, in the quiet hours of the morning, he returned to his personal journal, what we now call meditations, to remind himself of core principles. For Marcus, mornings were about reclaiming sovereignty over the self before stepping into public life. He rehearsed the obstacles he would face, accepted the imperfection of others, and reminded himself that his own thoughts were the only thing fully under his command. In today's world, the noise hasn't gone away, it's just gone digital. You may not have barbarian invasions to worry about, but you do have emails, traffic, bills, news alerts, and social pressure. The underlying human challenge hasn't changed. And that's the big idea. Your morning is the strongest lever to control your state of mind, and discipline is forged in the first hour after waking. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work, as a human being. The psychology and science. Why does this ancient habit system work? Psychology and neuroscience give us the receipts. First, your brain transitions from a dream state, dominated by theta waves, into alpha and then beta waves as you wake. That early alpha state is fertile ground for suggestion. What you focus on becomes your mental default for the day. Second, from a willpower science standpoint, you have what researchers like Baumeister describe as ego depletion. Your capacity to resist distraction and temptation runs down as the day progresses. Front-loading mentally demanding tasks aligns with this reality. Third, the reticular activating system, RAS, a network in your brainstem, acts as a filter for attention. What you tell yourself in the morning determines which signals get amplified all day. If you start your morning with complaint and chaos, you prime yourself to notice more of the same. If you start with clarity and principle, those become your filters. Stoics unknowingly hacked this system centuries ago. Their practice of morning meditation, value reminders, and visualization of potential challenges created mental resilience and attentional discipline before external events could hijack them. Control your focus. Control your day. The 7 to 10 practical moves. Alright, let's get tactical. Here are the 10 habits to fold into your own Marcus-inspired morning. Each is paired with a micro-example you can apply right away. 1. Rise with intention. Marcus often reminded himself that waking up late or sluggishly was a kind of surrender to comfort over duty. Micro example. Before bed, put your alarm or phone across the room so you have to stand up to turn it off. As soon as your feet hit the floor, say aloud, "Today is my work as a human." 2. Mental rehearsal of the day. He would expect to meet selfish, irritable, or ignorant people, and commit not to be ruled by them. Micro example. Take 2 minutes to preview your schedule and imagine yourself responding with patience when tested. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. 3. Values reminder. He would revisit core Stoic values: wisdom, justice, courage, temperance. Micro example. Write these 4 words on a sticky note at your bathroom mirror. Touch it every morning as a tactile reminder. 4. Breath and presence. Marcus didn't have an app, but he practiced controlled attention. Micro example. Sit for 3 minutes focusing only on slow breathing. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. 5. Journaling for perspective. Meditations itself was his journal. Micro example. Write down 1 challenge you expect today, and 1 virtue you intend to practice in facing it. 6. Physical readiness. A philosopher emperor still trained his body. Micro example. Do 10 to 15 minutes of mobility work or bodyweight exercise before breakfast. 7. Controlled input. Avoid letting the outside world's priorities dictate yours. Micro example. Don't open social media or email until after you've completed your personal priorities for the morning. 8. Gratitude in context. Instead of vague positivity, Marcus grounded gratitude in reality. You could lose what you love at any moment. Micro example. Pick 1 person or thing in your life. Imagine it gone, then write down why you're grateful it's still here. 9. Define the day's aim. He was clear on what mattered most. Micro example. Answer. If I only accomplish 1 thing today, it will be in your journal or even on your phone. 10. Align the first action with purpose. Let your first actual work action match your highest priority. Micro example. If your priority is a health goal, eat your planned breakfast before tackling errands or messages. Case study/story. Let's bring this to life. Meet Daniel, not a Roman emperor, but a 34-year-old project manager in Austin, Texas. He's got 2 kids under 6, a demanding boss, and a side hustle he's been nurturing on weekends. Up until a year ago, mornings were chaos. He'd hit snooze until the last possible minute, check emails still in bed, then rush through breakfast, scoring stress points before 8 a.m. One night, he stumbled on Meditations in a used bookstore. A single line stood out: "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." That hit him harder than any productivity blog ever could. Daniel decided to experiment. He would run a Marcus morning for 30 days. He started rising 45 minutes earlier. Before the coffee, before the phone, he would sit at his kitchen table with a notebook and write. Today's obstacles. Today's virtues. Over time, he layered in movement, breathwork, and a hard rule. No news or email until his first meaningful task was complete. By week 3, it wasn't just mornings that improved. His meetings ran smoother because his mind wasn't frayed by 9 a.m. His oldest child noticed he seemed happier in the mornings. He was less reactive to delays and inconveniences. The traffic jam was just another opportunity to practice patience instead of panic. Daniel's routine wasn't perfect. Kids get sick, alarms fail, but he learned the Stoic truth. You don't fail when life interrupts your plans. You fail when you let that interruption dictate the rest of your day. Section 5. Tools and systems. If you want to translate these 10 habits into something you can stick to for decades, you need infrastructure. These are the systems that make discipline automatic. 1. The morning cue stack. Line your habits in a sequence where each one reminds you of the next. Wake up, drink water, stretch, journal, planned, first task. Never decide the order in the moment. Decide once and automate. 2. The prepared environment. The night before, set out your journal, pen, workout clothes, and a glass of water. Reduce friction so the morning feels like gliding, not stumbling. 3. The control the input rule. Use apps like Freedom or built-in phone settings to block notifications until a chosen time. Marcus wouldn't let a stranger barge into his study mid-reflection. Treat your phone the same way. 4. The value reminder anchor. A physical object, ring, bracelet, coin, can serve as a virtue anchor you touch in the morning as a physical commitment. Stoic practitioners often use a small coin engraved with a memento mori reminder. 5. Time boxing the first hour. Allocate exact windows. 5 minutes. Wake water plus stretch. 10 minutes. Breathing plus mental rehearsal. 10 minutes. Journal values/obstacles. 15 to 20 minutes. Movement. 15 minutes. One focused work task. 6. Tracking sheet. Use a 30-day calendar. Mark each day you fully complete your routine in green, partial in yellow, missed in red. Patterns eliminate self-deception. Section 6. Mistakes to avoid. Here are 7 pitfalls to dodge. Treating it as a fad. This is a discipline habit, not a 7-day experiment for Instagram. Making it too long. If your morning routine takes 2 hours, you're more likely to skip it when pressed. Keep essentials under an hour. Over-customizing too early. Follow the basic version for at least 30 days before tweaking. Checking your phone, just for a minute. That just is where the morning goes to die. All or nothing thinking. One missed day doesn't mean you start over. You simply resume. Focusing only on productivity. Stoic mornings are about virtue and perspective, not just output. Letting the night sabotage the morning. Late night scrolling or heavy meals wreck your wake-up time. Section 7. 30-day challenge. Here's how to build this in, week by week. Week 1. Wake 15 minutes earlier. Journal 1 obstacle plus 1 virtue. Avoid phone until journaling done. Week 2. Add 3 minutes of conscious breathing. Define single top aim for the day. Week 3. Add 10 to 15 minutes of movement. Practice gratitude in context each morning. Week 4. Complete full 10 habit stack. Use value reminder anchor object. By day 30, you'll have a muscle memory in place. The goal is not a perfect streak. It's to make the morning a deliberate act of self-leadership. FAQ. Question 1. I'm not a morning person. Will this work? Yes. Shift the timeline later if needed. What matters? Guard the first hour after waking. Question 2. What if my schedule changes daily? Keep a minimum routine of 3 core habits you can do anywhere. Journal, breathing, define aim. Question 3. Doesn't this make mornings too rigid? Think of it as scaffolding for the day. Within the structure, you have creative space. Question 4. How do I avoid boredom? Rotate physical exercises or journal prompts, but keep the base habits intact. Question 5. What if I have kids or roommates? Communicate your plan, or wake slightly earlier, to protect a quiet window. Question 6. Isn't Stoicism about accepting life, not controlling it? Yes, and controlling your own mind is the highest form of acceptance. Question 7. Do I need to read all of Marcus Aurelius to start? No. One well-chosen quote can anchor months of discipline. Rapid recap. Morning discipline sets the tone for the entire day. Marcus Aurelius used mental rehearsal to face obstacles calmly. Your brain's early hours are ideal for priming focus and values. 10 Stoic habits. Rise intentionally, rehearse, remind values, breathe, journal, move, control input, gratitude, define aim, align first act. Use tools like cue stacks, physical anchors, and time boxing. Avoid pitfalls like phone creep and overcomplication. The 30-day challenge layers habits progressively. Discipline is a daily vote for the person you want to be. If you found this breakdown useful, take one thing. Don't let mornings happen to you. Make them happen for you. Hit the like button so more people can find this and take back their mornings. Subscribe for more deep, cinematic breakdowns of ancient wisdom meeting modern science. And in the comments, tell me, which of the 10 Marcus habits will you add to your morning starting tomorrow? Next, keep your momentum going by watching our playlist, Stoic Mindset for Modern Life. It's where we go deeper into habit systems inspired by Epictetus, Seneca, and other heavy hitters who built inner strength that lasted a lifetime.